Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. Okay, so let's take a look at this project. We're going to first look at the overall dimensions I have. So overall dimensions I have here as 23 feet 4 inches from the outside post to the outside post. And then I have 15 foot 8 inches from the wall here to the outside edge of the post. We have a ceiling height of 10 feet off the finished floor. And then I have a sliding door that goes about 15 feet wide, 8 feet off the ground, and 2 feet from the top of the door to the ceiling. We have a fireplace with a TV set here. I have a fan in the middle, and they said it could be up to 5 foot 10 inches in diameter. There are ceiling lights up here recessed into the ceiling. And also I should mention I have this about 16 inches deep here, the fan blades themselves. The ceiling lights, I have these here at about 2 feet from this edge here to the center point, 2 feet from this edge here to the center point of these, and then from the edge of the wall 3 feet in and 3 feet in from the inside edge of the beam. Let's see if there's anything else. I think that's about it. You can see that we just have a casual seating area over here, and there may be more use over here. There is a door over here. Not sure if it goes in or out, but don't believe it's going to be an issue, but we'll have to take a look at that as well. I think that's about it. All right, so let's go ahead and turn that off, and I'm going to leave that diameter up here so we can take a look at that as well. If we were to put surface mount units, so what I have here is 4 of the CD 6024 6000 watt 240 volt units, and you can see that I'm heating up the area very well. These are mounted on the ceiling, and the reason behind that is because of the fact that if you mount it on the ceiling and you go from straight down 30 degrees up, you can use the OEM brackets, which keeps a 6-inch clearance. And then I made sure that I had 6 inches of clearance from here to the back edge of the wall, as well as 6 inches of clearance over here from this point here to this point here. And then I think that's pretty much about it. You're allowed to, mount it on the vertical surface here, but once you do that, you got to drop it down an additional 6 inches, so it would be below this edge over here, as well as the fact that you might be looking at the clearances over here. You're allowed to place it at a 30-degree tilt, however you have to drop it down, so this is why I'm putting it at these positions. You can see again the footprint of heat would heat up the whole entire area very, very well. And if you're not utilizing the space over here, you might be considering removing these units here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the clearances here so we can see. And I'm also going to turn off the footprint of heat for this moment, just so we can see what the distance is that I have here. So from the edge of, or excuse me, the center point of the heater itself, there we go, to the center point of this beam, or excuse me, this is the center point that I have of the ceiling here. So that would be kind of more of from here to over here. So I have that little mark here. You can see that I am 4 foot 6 inches. Now I originally had it at 4 feet if I was to just use 2 of the units, and that way we can get a little bit more heat to the seating position over here. Again, I'm not certain if this is the seating position here, but this allows me to throw some more heat to the right side on the image here. But we can go ahead and take a look at that now. We're getting a little bit better coverage. If I was to move the heater back over where it was and put that ray on, you can see that we're not covering as much as I would like to. So that's why utilizing 4 units or moving the 2 here 6 inches over to the right is a little bit better. I'm looking to make sure that we don't penetrate the ray, or excuse me, the clearances, but even if we place this in the center, we're still okay. I'm just under the impression that the main seating position is going to be near to the TV set over here and fireplace. So if we were to place them in the center, how would that look? Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. And I'll place it right in the center here. You can see that footprint is now, more centrally located from the fireplace to the wall here. And just in case you're wondering, this footprint is going to be about 12 feet from here to here. And you can see that, this is a light wave, so it does bend and stretch. It's not a perfect line. So the footprint over here is a little bit less. You can see it penetrates right into the floor right around here. So this isn't getting heated as well as I would like, utilizing the 2 units in the center. And that's pretty much why I chose off center for this type of seating position. Let's see if there's anything else. I think that's about it. Again, moving it 6 inches might be more beneficial if you were to offset the heating area. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn that off and look at a different option. So different option would be, let's look at the ceiling over here for a minute. So I put some rafters up here, and you can see the light fixtures, and I'm not quite sure if if it's ceiling joists or ceiling rafters, but I did see the beam back over here, as well as it looked like there was a higher section over here. So I did put a sloped rooftop over here. I'm gonna shut this off here real quick. And so if you were to put a couple of flush mount units in here, where could you put them? Let's go ahead and show that. This is where I would place them. So we are at 16 inches of clearance from this edge here to the fan blade itself, and that's to the edge of the heater, not to the edge of the flush mount, but to the edge of the heater. And I have them pointed straight down. They are centered within the room itself, from this point here to this wall over here. I think that's pretty much about it as far as that's concerned. And let's go ahead and look at one other thing I wanted to just mention. You can see that I've placed these rafters at 16 inches of center. You need a minimum of 13 inches to allow for the 1 hour fire rated drywall to be placed inside there. And so what you might want to do is remove this one and place something like this, if I can find that. Let's see here. There we go. So what I've done is I've removed that ceiling joist and then placed another ceiling joist so that it would wrap around this 1 hour fire rated drywall, 13 inches here. And I think we have the dimensions overall over here. Let's see here. Well, we don't, but I can, there it is right there. Hold on one second. Let me turn off this ray here. Turn that off there. So yeah, you can see here, this is the heater's dimension, 5 feet 1 1/4. I thought I had the overall dimensions of the 1 hour fire rated drywall. Let's go ahead and put that on here. So you can see that 5 feet 6 1/2 of an inch, and that's what you're going to need in order to place a flush mount kit into the ceiling like this. So all right, let me turn that off here, and we will look at the footprint of heat. Another thing I should mention is, let me go ahead and put the ceiling back on here, and there we go. Yeah, so the ceiling, what I have here is, right now it's the flush mount kit is attached to the ceiling, but what would be probably better is if you were to, place stucco or even a wooden surface, you could lower the ceiling or attach the flush mount kit to the ceiling joist and then cover up some of the edge of the flush mount kit. You need to make sure that you have at least a minimum of 1/2 inch of clearance from this vent hole to any type of material, combustible or non-combustible. And if it is combustible, then you need to make sure that you drop the unit itself. It needs to be at the same elevation as that combustible surface. So I've just dropped this down roughly, a 1/2 inch here based on whatever this might be, this depth might be. So something to think about on that. And now let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So footprint of heat with 2 units like this and that fan here in the center is fairly decent. We're not heating the outer edge, 100% here, but I would say that this is going to be a fairly decent output of heat for this space. Now, would I like to see a little bit more, heat ray in the middle? I would probably choose that shorter fan and then move this, whatever that diameter distance is or dimension difference is on this fan blade. If the fan blades are non-combustible, then you can allow for the clearance below to go over the non-combustible fan blades if they're metal or something of that nature. But what you don't want to happen is, you don't want the ray to penetrate that fan blade so that it starts to droop, and if it's made of aluminum or something of that nature, that would create a problem. But as long as it's non-combustible, you can come into that area and move the heater. Let's just go ahead and move that. Maybe let's go with 8 inches on each one. 8 inches over here. Whoops. There we go. And you can see we're not penetrating the fan blade, but we are getting a better coverage here in the center on this overlapping ray. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back over to where it was. And I think that's pretty much about it. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, not monetize. YouTube does not support our channel unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers, and we thank you so much for doing that. Have an excellent day.